right, we gotta talk about Cronos. I know you see right now, Cronos is at 9 cents right now. And actually, the low for Cronos is all the way down here at about 4 cents, 0.048 to be exact. And that was all the way back at the end of 2023. So Cronos is pretty close to its bottom. It hasn't went below that level in such a long time. If you actually look at the last 52 weeks, the all-time low inside of Cronos, even at that, it was like 1 cent. So really, Cronos around 9 cents is pretty low. And you can even look at this for the max time period. Like Cronos is pretty much close to its bottom. And this is actually a really good thing when you're thinking of picking it up at a good price. So this is actually a very decent price to pick Kronos up at, even if it was to pull back down a little bit more, just because you're looking at the upside potential of Kronos. You know, Kronos at its all-time high went all the way up to 96 cents, and it definitely has $1 potential. So if you bought it at this price right now, you could quite possibly end up seeing yourself 10xing your money, getting literally 1,000% gains. If it goes from well, really 10 cents all the way up to $1, you're pretty much going up 1,000% right there. So that is actually very, very, very significant. And just to kind of show you guys what you could be looking at, let's say you had $10,000 in Chronos at 9 cents, then that gives you 111,011 Chronos multiplied by $1 will give you $111,000 off your $10,000. So that is huge. Getting in at 9 cents and then getting out at $1 with 10,000, like that's a really big amount of gains right there. And obviously, it wouldn't do that overnight, and obviously, it would take a bit of time. It could take a year, it could take 2 years, but this is definitely a decent price to get in at, and I think Chronos has a lot of potential. Crypto.com, just with it being tied to the Crypto.com, is huge. Crypto.com is one of the only exchanges, I think the only exchange right now, pretty much endorsed by Trump. Trump literally had a meeting with the CEO of Crypto.com. And yeah, I don't think he's done that with Brian Armstrong or any of the other people. But yeah, I don't think he's done it with the Coinbase. I don't know all their names. But yeah, I don't think has done it with other CEOs. Now there is an article here with BlackRock. So BlackRock has their own stablecoin. So BlackRock's $2.9 billion tokenized money market fund to be used by Crypto.com and Deribit. So this is actually a pretty big announcement because if you look at it, $2.9 billion market cap. Kronos is at $2.8 billion market cap. So the market caps are similar here. And this is BlackRock's stablecoin pretty much here. Now, I don't know if you would want to call it a stablecoin. Technically, it's not a stablecoin. It's a liquidity fund, a digital liquidity fund. So technically, it's not a stablecoin. You can even see it says $0 in trading volume. This money is just locked in there. So technically, it's not a stablecoin, right? But anyways, it says BlackRock's multi-billion-dollar tokenized money market fund. So that's what they're considering it, a tokenized money market fund. So this is their version of almost like an ETF, right? So, anyways, it's reportedly, and it's called Buildle, is reportedly going to be used by the Crypto.com exchange platforms, Deribit and Crypto.com. So, according to a new report from Forbes, both crypto exchanges will accept Buildle as collateral, meaning that traders can now use the yield bearing stablecoin as a security deposit to hedge leveraged bets, freeing up more of their capital to be used elsewhere. So this is actually a pretty big deal here. So as stated by Michael, whatever his name is, Chief Operating Officer at whatever that name is, Securitize, a partner of BlackRock, he says this is a major turning point. We're really starting to see not just the emergence, but a real solidification of tokenized securities becoming a challenger to stablecoins as the common denominator across the crypto ecosystem. So again, they are pretty much not a stablecoin, but a tokenized security. That's what they're looking at and considering it as. So BlackRock obviously isn't going to have problems with the SEC because they came in proper and they came in right. They're like, look, this ain't a stablecoin. This is a tokenized security. They're like, yes, this is a security. That's pretty much what BlackRock is doing here, and that's what they're saying. This is pretty big. This is pretty big. Then it says Buildle, which launched in March 2024, quickly expanded across multiple blockchains including layer 2 scaling solutions, Arbitrum, Optimism, and Polygon, and has 2.9 billion in assets. According to the report, crypto.com will make Buildle available for institutional clients in select jurisdictions across its full suite of services, while Deribit, the largest crypto options exchange by volume, which normally takes collateral in the form of Bitcoin, will make Buildle available on its spot exchange. The report also notes that Buildle may soon become available over the top US based crypto exchange platform Coinbase. So this is pretty big, and crypto.com is leading the way here. And this always just reflects back on the Chronos. That's why I'm talking about this, because everything crypto.com does, it puts Chronos in the spotlight, because now people are like, well, crypto.com is doing this, let me go ahead and look it up. Let me see what they got going. Oh, they got a coin, let me go ahead and invest in that coin. That's pretty much the thinking that people are going to be looking at. So yeah, right now at 9 cents, Chronos is still at an attractive price range here. But honestly, it does not look like it's going to just shoot up out of nowhere, right? Even with good news like that, it's just not going to shoot up out of nowhere. It's going to take some time, but it is at one of its lowest prices that it's been in a very long time. Remember, 4 cents, we haven't been all the way down there for a while since the end of 2023. So let's say we do pull back a little bit more. We already hit support all the way down here at 7 cents, and we did that at the end of 2024. And then you can see we did it again around March and April when we had the whole trade war thing going on. You can see Chronos was pumping, but then the trade war pretty much brought Chronos right back down. So I think Chronos has that possibility to get back up there to new highs, possibly up to $1. So I'm just gonna wait and be patient for this. But yeah, I think Chronos has a good 2020 end of 2025 coming up. Now, do I think that it'll get to $1 by the end of the 2025? Probably not. It's probably not going to do that by the end of 2025. Is it possible? Yes, anything's possible. Anything's probable. Anything's possible. Look, it's possible, but I don't want to say that's going to happen because I don't truly believe in my heart that it will by the end of 2025. And I also believe that by the end of 2025, Bitcoin's going to reach a peak and that prices are going to start dropping. Well, Kronos is already close to its bottom. You're going to see a lot of that money flowing out of Bitcoin into these other altcoins, especially stuff like Kronos that has not had its pump yet. Kronos has not had its bull market rally yet, like a lot of these other projects have. Like if you look at stuff like Solana and Sui, you can see that these are projects, and Cardano as well. These are projects that have had their bull market rally. Like Solana had its bull market rally because everybody's using the blockchain. If you look over here, Cardano had somewhat of a rally, but it didn't have like a huge major rally, but it did rally. It rallied a little bit. And then you can see Sui also had its major rally. So yeah, Cardano's still up 55% in the last year. So I guess Cardano's still doing good. But yeah, there's a lot of other projects that are doing good as well. So right now, I guess the main focus is what are going to be the coins that are going to benefit the most from the drop of Bitcoin, from the fall of Bitcoin. After Bitcoin peaks at the end of the year and the money starts flowing out of Bitcoin, what are going to be the altcoins that benefit the most? Well, crypto.com, Chronos being tied to the largest exchange, crypto.com, obviously puts it in the forefront of those choices. So I think Chronos is going to be one of those ones. Ethereum, obviously, XRP, Solana, BNB, Tron, Doge, Cardano, Sui, and there's just a lot more. Okay, so a lot of these different coins, Ton, and then also obviously Chronos. So yeah, Chronos is definitely going to be one of those ones. So I would definitely watch out for that. But yeah, this is all I got for you all today. I'm gonna keep Chronos inside of my eyesight because I think this is a really good one. And even if it pulls back a little bit more, I think that'll be even better price. I would love to get Chronos at 5 cents. Imagine getting Chronos at 5 cents with $10,000. That would put you at 200,000 Chronos multiplied by $1. That would put you at $200,000 off of 10,000. That's if it goes down to 5 cents. So I would definitely like to see it at 5 cents as well, and then set a target of $1. But yeah, this is pretty much all I got for you all today. I just kind of wanted to show like the potential here with Chronos, and that news with BlackRock is pretty big. But yeah, this is all I got for y'all today. Hit the like button and subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. And as always, I'll be back with another video.